Bullied Kid Prepares for Ice Age. Yang Xingxin said, all the bustling crowds in the world gather for profit, and all the restless movements in the world happen for gain. As long as we target their core interests, there is no need to fear that the Jiangnan region will refuse to cooperate with us. Brother Zhang Yi, what is the Jiangnan region's greatest concern right now? Zhang Yi replied, someone threatening their ruling authority. Yang Xingxin said, then let them know who created the zombie horde. Zhang Yi said, I would love to, but is there not a lack of evidence? The bloodvine branch I secretly took, Zhou Care already tested it. There is no trace of the zombie virus. Yang Xingxin said, brother, evidence does not matter. As long as we make the Jiangnan region suspicious of Yuan Kongye, that is enough. Once doubt is planted, the Jiangnan region will have no choice but to investigate. If Yuan Kongye resists, it proves she has something to hide. If she does not, the truth will surface sooner or later. Zhang Yi said, so you mean we should exaggerate the threat she poses, forcing the Jiangnan region to take action? Yang Xingxin replied, yes, that is exactly what I mean. And if Bian Junwu finds out that Yuan Kongye possesses multiple superpower abilities, brother, do you think the Jiangnan region might take an interest in her? Zhang Yi was struck and thought to himself, of course. As long as we attract the Jiangnan region's attention, that is enough. If they take her away for investigation, Tianhai City will finally be safe. It is a good plan, but we need to be careful. Making impulsive decisions is too risky. Yang Xingxin pressed on the supercomputer and said, brother, we still have one person's file we have not checked. Zhang Yi asked, is he important? Since we first came into contact with the Snowflower cult, Zhang Yixian has been nothing more than Yuan Kongye's puppet, doing all the dirty work while she pulled the strings from behind. Yang Xingxin said, but we need to determine whether this conspiracy is solely Yuan Kongye's doing, or if the entire Snowflower cult is in on it. If it is just her, we may have a chance to turn some of the cult members against her, but if the entire cult is involved, then we have to be prepared to face a sinister and heterodox cult. Zhang Yi said, the Snowflower cult has already suffered massive losses, barely a fraction of them remain, and many of their superpower ability users are dead. If the remaining members were truly aware of the truth, they have been putting on one heck of an act, so I suspect only a handful of people know the full picture. Yang Xingxin said, maybe this file holds the answer. As Zhang Yi looked at the monitor, Zhang Yixin, born into a middle-class family in Tianhai City. At the age of 8, he became neighbors with Yuan Kongye. When she disappeared, he also left Tianhai City. Zhang Yi said, it seems Zhang Yixian is fully aware of Yuan Kongye's entire plan. In fact, this scheme might have been orchestrated by the two of them together. The cult members? Nothing more than livestock raised for Yuan Kongye's benefit. Zhang Yi thought to himself, how many superpower abilities has she absorbed at this point? Then he said, no, we need to think this through carefully. How can we avoid being wiped out by the Snowflower cult's retaliation? And back in Zhang Yi's room, he jumped into his $1 million bed and said, this feels amazing. If I really have to leave Tianhai City, I am definitely bringing you with me. Sigh, why am I even thinking about leaving now? As long as Yuan Kongye is still alive, I will never feel at ease. Tisk. The zombie horde, the Snowflower cult, the ice soul crystal, the bloodvine. What exactly ties all of them together? What am I still missing? If Yuan Kongye can truly control the zombies, then why did the bronze-armored flying corpse attack the church? But if she cannot, then who is working with her from behind the scenes? And if the bloodvine can actually produce zombies, why does it not contain the zombie virus itself? Bloodvine. Bloodvine. As Zhang Yi remembered, he said, I remember it only being a little over 100 meters tall. Did I misremember? Wait, what is this? So that is it. I completely overlooked the roots of the bloodvine. Zombies have always been active underground. They are far better suited to dark, damp environments. As Zhang Yi saw Li Jian near the tree, he put his own blood into the roots and the vine absorbed it. The bodies gradually saturated. Zhang Yi said, Li Jian, so he is the real key. Suddenly, the zombie's eyes snapped open. Zhang Yi suddenly woke up. As he panted and sweated on his $1 million bed, Zhang Yi said, now it all makes sense. Every piece fits. He took his notebook and continued. The zombie outbreak started 21 days ago, right when the 5 major organizations in Tianhai City were attacked simultaneously. But Li Jian was taken to the Snowflower cult a whole month before that, which means the reason Tianhai City was zombie-free before is because the bloodvine's ability to produce zombies was still too weak. Most zombies froze to death before they could even launch an attack. But after Li Jian joined the Snowflower cult, he used his sacrificial ability to rapidly boost the Bloodvine's power, allowing it to spawn numerous mature zombie mothers, the Zombie Kings. Yuan Kongye can only control the Bloodvine itself, but she cannot directly command the zombies. And since the Zombie Kings are basically brainless, only capable of following simple orders, that is why the bronze-armored flying zombie ended up attacking Yuan Kongye. As for why I could not get any useful intel from the Bloodvine itself, they must have hidden the critical evidence before we even arrived at the Snowflower cult. They deliberately left just enough clues to keep us chasing shadows and dropping our guard. Phew! Finally, the entire chain of logic clicks into place. This has to be the truth. Once I understand the root cause, I can figure out how to counter it. Yuan Kongye leading the zombie horde to besiege the Tianhai City safe zone is not meant to wipe out her own forces. It is a show for the investigation team from Jiangnan District, meant to convince them the Tianhai crisis has been resolved. Her real plan is to make her move after the investigation team leaves. She is definitely still hiding a massive zombie force somewhere. Even if we manage to keep Bian Junwu from leaving Tianhai City, with all the powers Yuan Kongye has absorbed, exposing her will not be enough. Who could actually kill her? And with Bian Junwu's deteriorating condition, even if he is willing to fight Yuan Kongye, would he really choose to burn through the rest of his life force? The more I think about it, the more questions I have. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. Knock, knock. Yang Xingxin said, "Brother, may I come in?" Zhang Yi replied, "Come in." Yang Xingxin said, "I have been thinking about a few things, and I wanted to run them by you." Zhang Yi said, "Take a look at this first." Yang Xingxin took the notebook and asked, "What is this?" Zhang Yi answered, "It is my deduction. I pieced it together by comparing what Li Jian said with all the irregularities surrounding the Bloodvine. I am at least 80 to 90% sure this is correct." Yang Xingxin asked, "Do you have a plan yet?" Zhang Yi replied, "I have a rough idea. Tell me if you spot any flaws." Yang Xingxin said, "All right." And at the Snowflower cult headquarters, the cultists gathered the corpses. Zheng Yixian said, "Gather all the tents, sleeping bags, and other supplies in one place. The rest of you keep moving the corpses." The others responded, "Yes." As Zheng Yixian walked back to the church, Yuan Kongye was praying at the altar. Zheng Yixian said, "Do not worry. Everything is progressing pretty smoothly, is it not? There is no one left in Tianhai City who can stop us. With the tens of thousands of dead cult members here, no one will even suspect us. They will probably even pity us. All we need to do now is wait for the investigation team to leave." Yuan Kongye said, "There is just one thing I am still worried about." Zheng Yixian asked, "Did we not plan everything out perfectly? What is still bothering you?" Yuan Kongye turned around and said, "That night, someone saw me using another person's superpower ability." Zheng Yixian replied, "You mean the woman Zhang Yi brought back?" Yuan Kongye said, "That has been on my mind. I am not sure if it will turn into a problem later." Zheng Yixian responded, "Do not worry. Who says a person cannot have more than one ability? Besides, our Snowflower cult suffered the highest casualties in the battle. No one will suspect us. Even if someone does suspect us, so what? At most, they might uncover the secret of the Ice Soul Crystal. Jiangnan District will not care. As for the other organizations, at this point, even if they learn the secret of the Ice Soul Crystal, it will not make a difference." Yuan Kongye agreed, "You are right. When faced with absolute power, everything else is meaningless. So, the moment the investigation team leaves, it will be time for us to make our move. The finest delicacies must always be saved for last. Once I obtain the superpower abilities of all the faction leaders, my power will reach unimaginable heights. I will become the god of this new world." Back in Zheng Yi's room, Yang Xingxin said, "If we start searching for traces of the hidden zombies tomorrow and use their existence to confirm your suspicions, the Jiangnan region might take this even more seriously." Zhang Yi said, "We will have to conduct the search without telling anyone else about our theory, otherwise we will just cause unnecessary panic." Yang Xingxin said, "Exactly. We cannot let anyone know? But if we are doing it that way, are you planning to handle it all on your own?" Zhang Yi stood up from his $1,000,000 bed and said, "At this point, I am the only one who can do it." Yang Xingxin said, "Brother, if you need anything, just call me anytime." Zhang Yi replied, The next day, as the others feasted on pizza and burgers, Zhang Yi walked toward the heavily locked main door of the mansion. Uncle Yu Jiguang asked, "Where are you going? Do you need us to come along?" Zhang Yi answered, "I am just clearing out some scattered zombies nearby and practicing the sword techniques Liang Yue taught me." Teacher Liang Yue said, "I will come with you then." I can give you a few pointers too. Uncle Yujiguang added, count us in. Zombie cleanup is not something you two should handle alone. Chunlei, still munching on his burger, said, exactly. We will help too. Zhang Yi said, it is just a few ordinary zombies. No big deal. I can handle it by myself. All right then, let us split up. Everyone clears one section near the shelter. Teacher Liang Yue said, sounds good. Uncle Yujiguang replied, no problem. Chunlei said, all right. Zhang Yi said, you guys go change first. I will head out ahead. As Huahua followed Zhang Yi and jumped on his shoulder, Zhang Yi said, Huahua, you are coming with me. Zhang Yi got into the car and drove off. Upon arriving at a station, Zhang Yi put the car back into his dimensional space. He looked at his transmitter and said, we are still about a dozen kilometers away from the Snowflower Cult's main base. Let us check inside the subway later. See if there is a zombie horde hiding down there. I will be counting on your sense of smell to help me track them down. The map showed Tianhai City, Tan Feng District subway entrance. Your current location, Wawa said, meow approximately, okay approximately. As they walked down into the station, Zhang Yi looked around and asked, smell anything? Wawa sniffed like a dog. Zhang Yi said, that does not make sense. There should be a large horde of powerful zombies around here. Did I miscalculate the location? Let us try somewhere else. Wawa shook his head. Zhang Yi used his dual gate and came out on the tracks. Suddenly, Wawa growled. Zhang Yi asked, have you run this far? As Wawa sensed something in the air, Zhang Yi said. So this is where they were hiding all along. Aoshan District. The area all the major organizations forgot about due to its lack of resources. Yuan Kangyi actually hid the zombie horde here. What a sneaky move. Now the question is, how do I avoid alerting the Zombie King and make sure Yuan Kangyi does not realize I have already found this place? Got it. Good thing I had Luke here and make me a mechanical mouse ahead of time. This will work perfectly. As Zhang Yi took out a rat and quickly pulled out the device, he said, all right, little guy, the rest is up to you. Go mechanical mouse. The device ran toward the tunnel. A few moments later, Zhang Yi looked at the screen and said, no way. I have almost run through the entire Tianhai City already. Could I really be overthinking this? No, it is impossible. There is no way Yuan Kangye would just abandon such a powerful trump card. Let us keep searching. There has to be something here. 2 hours later, Zhang Yi saw the zombies. Sweating, he said, judging by the size. There must be at least 300,000 zombies here. Tianhai City's death toll was close to 20 million. If Yuan Kangye was given enough time, she would definitely turn all 20 million bodies into zombies. No, I cannot waste any more time. I need to get back and tell Bian Junwoo immediately. I will leave the mechanical mouse here. It might come in handy as proof when we need to show the others the zombie horde exists. I will need to hide it well so Yuan Kangye's people do not find it. As the rat hid, a few moments later, Zhang Yi got out of the subway using his dual gate. Zhang Yi said, even though my guess was right, I honestly do not feel happy at all. This is just the beginning of the real battle. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.